Let's look at a definite integral that utilizes a miscellaneous substitution. In this particular integram, you see that you've got the cube root of x plus 1. So you can't make any kind of simple algebraic manipulation to make the integrand simpler. So what we're going to do is utilize a technique that we use with antiderivatives. So in this case, we will let u be x plus 1 to the 1/3 and then cube to get u cubed equals x plus 1. Now, of course, we need that so we can find a representation of x in terms of u. So all you need to do here is just subtract 1. So x is equal to u cubed minus 1. And then, of course, we need to replace dx. So we take the differential here and get 3u squared du equal dx. Now, since this is a definite integral and we're using the miscellaneous technique, it's okay to go ahead and change the limits. You can always change limits, but sometimes that's more trouble than it's worth. It just depends on the type of problem. So we can actually substitute 0 into our expression for u and get 1. And if we substitute 7 into our expression for u, we get the cube root of 8, which is 2. So we have new limits of 1 and 2. So now as we move to the new variable, we factor the 2. We have x is u cubed minus 1. And then, of course, the cube root of x plus 1 is where it all started. That's equal to u. And then the differential dx is 3u squared du. And then, of course, we have our new limits 1 to 2. So now, of course, we'll factor the 3 and get a 6. And then just go ahead and move the u times the u squared up front. Now we've got a situation where distributing the u cubed will make a big difference in the problem. So this will give us a u to the 6 minus u cubed. Now we have a simple power rule problem. So add 1 divided by the new power. So we get u to the 7th over 7 minus u to the 4th divided by 4, evaluated from 1 to 2. Now at this point, I thought I'd go ahead and simplify the antiderivative just to make it a little bit easier. So we've got this 7 times 4 downstairs, so go ahead and factor that. And we have a u to the 4th in each of these terms, so factor that also. But now, of course, 7 here divides out the 7 and leaves a 4, so we have 4u cubed, the u cubed being left behind. And then here 4 divides the 7 times 4, getting rid of the 4, so we have a 7. So we have 4u cubed minus 7, which is a little bit easier. Now we evaluate at 2. 2 to the 4th is 16, and then of course 2 to the 3rd is 8. 4 times 8 is 32 minus a 7. And then when we substitute 1, we just get 1. 4 minus 7. That was pretty easy. So now we have 16 times 25 right here. And then of course we have a negative 3, which is a positive 3. Now, of course, here, this is easy to multiply because we have a 25. We've got 16 copies of 25, which is 400. 400 plus 3 is 403. And then we just multiply by the friendly fraction out to the left. And 3 times 403 is 1,209. So our final answer is 1,209 divided by 14. And we are done.